virus, what do you think of? You probably think of the biological virus that makes people sick. Well, a computer virus is just like that, except it makes computers sick. There are many things that make a virus work. And the first one is they are made. There are many reasons why someone might make a computer virus. None of them are good. Someone might make one with no intention of using it. Someone might make one to use it against someone for revenge that has done something bad to them. Someone might make one because they like to see destruction spread on a small or large scale. The second phase is people who make it choose how it affects the first computer. There are ways that a virus can affect the computer that we don't really need to worry about anymore. And one of them is a floppy disk. And they get infected like that because whenever we still used them, people would get them and download a virus onto the floppy disk, and whenever you would get it and put it into your hard drive, it would download the virus onto the computer, and then it would spread like that. The next phase is they choose how it spreads. The person chooses whether it spreads by email, rogue websites, networks, hackers, infected softwares, or phishing schemes. The way it spreads by email is the person who made the virus sends it to you in an email, then you open it and it spreads by your contacts. It can spread by either the first contact or the next 50 or so on, and then it automatically says it in your name, so they will open it thinking it's you, and then it'll send it to the next 50 and so on. Rogue websites are like adult websites, gambling websites, and other untrustworthy websites. Like this one website, I don't know the name of it, but whenever you click on it, it shows this hot dog spinning, and while it's spinning, it is downloading a bunch of viruses to your computer, and that's not good. Networks, if your work computer is connected to a huge network of computers, or your home computer is connected to something like that, then you could get infected and not even be your fault. It'd just be somebody putting a virus on the computer that they are using, and then it spreads throughout that entire network. Hackers, they hack your computer and put a virus on there, and they can do it from other computers, and you won't even know it until it has done its job. Phishing schemes are people who pretend to be people from the bank or places like that, and you put your information in, and then they have it, and you just gave them access to your bank account and credit cards and all that stuff you don't want them to have. The next phase is the person who made it chooses its attack feature. The attack can be as little as a pop-up message or as big as shutting down the internet. Even a pop-up message is bad because then a person from that company has to stop what they are doing, which could be like improving the system by making upgrades and all that, by going to a computer and deleting the message, and that takes up time that they could be using on something else. So even if it doesn't shut down the internet or delete all your information, it is still bad. The next phase is they choose what activates the attack. There are many things that the maker of a virus could choose to activate the attack, such as a number of times a letter or word is typed in, or a date, or something like that. So if I create a virus and send it to you, it would keep on spreading until you typed in whatever I chose to be the activation phase, whether it be a certain number of times you typed in the word "the" or typed in the letter H or something like that. It would get activated after whatever I chose it to be. The next phase is the virus infects the first computer. The maker of the virus then infects the first computer however they choose it to be, by email or directly, and then leaves it to do whatever it wants. So if they want it to infect your computer by email, they'll send it to you in email, or they'll figure out a way to infect it directly through your hard drive. So if they're working at the company that made the computer, they can infect your hard drive, and then whenever you turn on your computer, you automatically have a virus. Or infect a hard drive that isn't in a computer, and whenever you have to get a new one and plug it into your computer, you have a virus then. Then it spreads the way it was meant to, whether that is by email or it creates another website or something like that. No matter, like, my least favorite way to have a virus spread would be email, because I think that would spread fastest, because it could spread to a certain amount of people on your contacts, and then it gets sent to other people through their contacts and so on, and it just gets spread all throughout the world really quickly then. When the activation method is done, the virus is activated, and then the virus attacks. This is whenever the virus gets dangerous. Whenever the virus spreads, it's not dangerous. It might slow down your computer a little bit because it's taking up maybe a little bit of space, but it isn't causing any damage, so you won't really know it's there. And then whenever it starts attacking, that's whenever it causes the most damage. And depending on what it does is depending on how quickly you will get it fixed. Now you know, like, what viruses are, how they can be made, and it doesn't take that much to make one. Like, a really stupid person can make one, but it won't be as dangerous as others. But there are also a lot of ways to protect your computer from them, just by downloading a very simple virus protection thing. And now you know.